The master is throwing you a scrap from his table. Um, Brace yourself, but I know you don't understand my terminology exactly. Like I said, you got your job, I got mine, and I put in a lot of work. I broadcast over many stations. No one ever gives me any credit or knows who I am. Well, that's not true. There's always somebody watching. Um, I have been running into, oddly enough, daughters of yours. What does that mean? Um, I will run into at a period of time, whatever, depending. Like for example, me and you have discussed the metaphor of you knowing your sons up in Santa Cruz, but you never tell me about your daughters. You probably never see them. Um, I guess they're hanging out down here. I'm positive. Details of the presentation, they don't know details of all of it, but all the way down to the Judge Judy, like that's how specific the ID card that they're giving me when they're trying to show me something. Girl, I've known her for a while. She's cool. Um, and more than one I've talked to. Same version every time. Good looking, but a punk. Dressed up as a punker chick in her mid-20s. And nose ring, purple hair, looks too attractive to be a punker, but she's a punker chick. Damaged, has, kind of a scandalous past, but is all together, has got all her shit together. Like, is clearly is overqualified for the job where she works, but she doesn't look it. Well, because she's a punker chick, right? But if she were to be in a business suit, she would probably fit into that too, but you'd have to get rid of the nose ring or the tattoos and all that. The weird thing is I'm like, okay, so what am I looking at here? Well, that's what he's talking about. The collective consciousness, okay? Okay, you will see yourself reflected in those things. And this happens more often in those people who do not have kids in their everyday real life. Exactly. Or are not married in their everyday real life. Because there's like an invisible trophy. It's one of those things you may not understand. But it's what I use as a reflector. And it's very accurate. It's never mistaken. It's like kind of like me and the boss go over that. So she's telling me about her boyfriend. And the other girls too. Scott's, Todd's, like very generic names. He's like alcoholic, like clearly pretty genius. Because he was like, oh yeah, he knows about this stuff and that stuff, all these detailed things that I know about, and we're gonna go out to lunch, me, Michelle, and this guy. Her boyfriend's name, I think, is Scott. But I saw them walking down the street. Now this guy is like chiseled, perfect looking, like he should be the CEO of a company. But no, he's just like a hobo. It's weird, and he's clearly is exactly everything she described. Damaged and like would fall apart if she left him. If you looked at the picture, you would never know that. You would never guess that. I've never seen such a weird hybrid cross right there. So she's the punker girl that looks too young to be with this guy who, if he was in a suit and tie in a Men's Warehouse ad, which he may have been, which he looks like, but he's not. No, he's all discombobulated, not put together at all. And you can tell he's kind of like a puppy dog with her. And she's together, but if you didn't know them, you would never know that. And I'm just like, this is really a weird, way to bring it up. But fine. I mean, it was just too obvious. But they'll show me that all the time. And I just thought that was fascinating to me. I have lots of daughters. I know that. I haven't seen any sons, but mine aren't coming in until after that. The Crystal Lens. Okay, that's again another little decoder thing. High school, the oldest. Is just out of high school. They come up and talk to me all the time. Know who I am. Amazing. Amazing. Never could imagine, even in a movie, the level of just beyond explanation. Now, I just discovered in the last few days something really astounding. This is important. On a tip, I looked up some information and I couldn't believe what I found. It was exactly what the person told me, and this person's never been wrong. And I look at him as someone who's never been wrong. We had this nuclear deal with Iran, okay? Because I guess we said they were building weapons or something like that with missiles and things like that. So we put the the clamps on them. Like 10 countries of the globe, out of 10 countries, or 9, are with us on this. John Kerry negotiated it like in 2015. Iran went along with it. Now, apparently they suspected that they had weapons. They don't. How did you know? Well, apparently they have been inspecting since this deal went into place. They can't find that. It turns out they really did just want cheap power. Now, in June of 2017, as part of this deal, the U.S. was supposed to start carrying its end of the deal. Trump went over and tore up the deal, said they were non-compliant. Okay, not one newspaper or media outlet have I seen where I can find the article, and the true story says that Iran was non-compliant. In one short brief sentence, they admit the U.S. reneged. The U.S. fucked it over. Some of them even say, this is good, now the U.S. can renegotiate and get more out of them. Although there's nothing that they did wrong, everything is right, and it turns out that everything that they put the sanctions on them for, they're wrong about that also. They don't have any weapons, and they assume they did. So the U.S. is getting clowned so badly. We owe them, not owe them in a payment for bullshit. We owe them on stuff they've already sold. Oil they've already sold us. $200 billion plus dollars. 200 plus billion. More. So more than that. In only our banks that they've held. They're holding it. Oh, wait. There's more. You thought it was Russia? Embargoes? No. The worst embargoes and sanctions ever levied on another country is right now with us on Iran. And, oh no, penicillin, medicine, the people are dying. That's the story I saw when I go, this can't be real. Oh yeah, it's real. And they can't sell anything anywhere. 90% of all of the ports in the world have shut themselves off to Iran. Why? Because he tore up the deal. But they didn't do anything wrong. I know. Why won't they pay him? I don't know if we can. That's a lot of money. And they owe them that already. They're choking them to death. And then I look and I go, this is really weird. Again, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, is in D.C. again. That was on TV today. While they're telling them that he's been exonerated for hacking by Russia, which I knew. That's stunning too. What? I just read the other day how, oh my God. If Russia did hack the internet, do you know where they would have to go through? Well, because all of our phone calls, all of our internet, they don't go from my house to your house or anything like that. No, they go